Hey guys!
Hi!
Welcome to this very special commentary for a handful of the Swan Princess reviews. I say only a handful because we can't do all 10 of them or else we're going to be here for a long, long time. So,
Are you sure there's only 10?
Thank you for that. There are only 10 Swan Princess movies that I reviewed for the moment. We have at least 1, 2 more. I don't know. They'll never.
Are there really 2 more coming out? Where is he getting the money?
I presume from DVD sales. Someone's buying these things.
Someone's grandma is going and like,
Oh, she likes the princesses.
Oh, this will be
This
delightful.
will be so fun. Here, sweetie, Grandma got you a movie.
unfortunately, DVDs, I mean, we're showing our age here. Everything's digital now. What is he selling? Grandma don't buy digital.
Grandma don't buy digital anymore. This is true. They're not selling DVDs at the checkout line.
No, but they still have them in the bargain bins at Walmart and Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah. And that's where my bread and butter is. So thank you for that. Thank you, patrons, for voting on this. You could have asked me to do some commentaries for Alpha and Omega or, God help me, Transformers. So thank you for this. This is
Thank you for not choosing Transformers. I envisioned me just sitting here going, yeah, that's bad. That's,
yes,
that's bad.
Yes, that's very nice, honey.
While Rob just ran off at the mouth. But we're not talking about Transformers.
No.
We're talking about Swan Princess, because...
What else is there? We're so good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let us begin, shall we?
Let's do this! This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
That's you.
Still gotta add that thank you.
Still gotta add the thank you. Gotta add the new, lobby Patreon thing now. Flying Doug Show. Ah! 'Cause I'm happy. My old theme, which I can't use anymore.
Baby Bobsheaux.
Oh, God. I can't use this theme anymore for copyright purposes. That sucks. I look good in pink.
Yes, you do.
Derek seems to agree.
It's February, which means that it's once again time to return to Bobsheaux.
Hold on there, mister. Isn't Valentine's
Back when my lady was just a drawing.
It is.
I miss that. We gotta do that every once in a while.
Cover something a bit more romantic. Sure, Barbie's nice and girly and all, but we need to focus more on true love this time around.
What else is there?
What do you have in mind?
Well, first of all, if we're focusing on true love, you need a new suit, baby.
What are you...
A birthday suit, perhaps?
That would have been my preference, but, YouTube might have had objections.
Darn you, YouTube.
Oh, don't worry your pretty little head about that. You look gorgeous.
Well, thank you.
I look ridiculous.
But,
My Valentine.
oh, come on! Yeah, we couldn't sit on this for very long, could we? Because I reviewed the 4th installment of the Swan Princess saga this last Christmas.
Ah, yes, your tradition of reviewing movies out of order.
Must be a Bobsheaux.
Indication, I'm gonna say badly.
Oh, is that, what was his name? John Bob?
His name was Jean Bob, yes.
Jean Bob.
Couldn't call him Jean-Claude or Jean Van Damme or something. Jean Bob, sure.
Who may or may not have the same potential of inheriting his kingdom as a son would, so yeah, this is a joyous occasion, certainly, but I'm not sure this fixes his problem.
Is it that joyous?
Of course, the names of royalty.
What are they throwing?
Their hats. I'm losing them.
Oh look, someone gave her a full head of hair. That sure was nice of them.
It's a baby wig.
Prince Derek gives his regards, and both of their parents hit upon the same idea.
Derek and Odette would be brought together each summer in hopes that they would fall in love.
He looks weird.
Enjoy
Ew.
their kingdoms forever.
Or, You could join the kingdoms by marrying them without loving each other, which is kind of what happened back then.
But we're talking about true love.
Who wants to take over?
Yes, and we're talking about real-life princes and princesses.
There's no reality in this.
Before he can try anything. But, I don't know. There are better ways of dealing with a backstabbing palace.
There are indeed. Yeah, I probably should have cut this down a bit, shouldn't I?
Early days.
Early day cringe.
You're still learning.
It's true, you know. Comedy is all about timing!
Yeah, you really should have cut it down.
What a clip.
A few years after Rothbard's banishment, which I'm sure will not bite William in the ass later
Now,
on.
do you have object to the art style in this one?
I'm sorry?
What is your objection to the art style in this one?
The art style is fine.
Okay.
If I've said anything about the art style itself in these movies, it's probably that Richard Rich's art style really works better in two-dimensional.
And I've heard it once before. Let me think a minute more. Oh wait, it's weird about from the movie that has Belle.
It's so obvious.
Come on.
It is. But the hair is weird.
With this opening song? Okay, so it's been
oh no!
It awaits us in 3 more movies, but still, during this musical montage,
yeah, this really should have just stayed hand-drawn. It does not work in 3D.
Odette is something of a bookworm, she has an affinity for older men, and she is really good at playing cards. If you think this last little trait might allude to her being skilled in the ways of strategy, I hope you enjoyed this scene, because you will never see her think strategically again.
They're showing us so much character here.
But then, from out of nowhere...
And that's a good idea.
She blooms.
Into exactly the same woman that she has been for the last several years.
She started out as such an ugly duckling. And
did she though?
Oh yes, she was truly hideous.
Suddenly? What suddenly? I think there was one summer where she wasn't much to look at, but ever since then, she looked more or less like she has for the last several years.
She's gorgeous.
She was even a beautiful baby.
This is a tale of true love.
Yeah, she was a beautiful baby, then Pippi Longstocking for a while, and then...
Well, no, she was also a beautiful child, where she was raising up fisticuffs to beat his ass.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
She was real pretty there.
And then, that one summer...
Everybody goes through an awkward stage. Everybody goes through an awkward stage.
Oh, yeah.
I ever wanted. You're beautiful.
Thank you. But what else?
What else?
Is beauty all that matters to you?
Here it comes.
What else is there?
Because he spent the rest of his life sleeping on the royal couch.
Really?
That
Seeing as how this movie is more about
was written by a man.
True love. I guess that means that the suit is...
You're still wearing the suit.
Of course I'm still wearing the suit.
That's right.
So yeah, unsurprisingly, Odette is just a little turned off by how they've spent years together, and he knows nothing about her.
Why is he wearing lighters around his neck?
If this were the real world, she'd be told to
Why is he wearing what?
Lighters.
You must see something other than Odette's beauty. Oh, of course I do, Rogers. She's like, you know. How about... And then... I mean, right?
You know, when Aladdin described Jasmine as such to the genie, he had the benefit of only having known her for, what, an hour? He's not going to really learn that much about her in the short time they've been together. Again,
just,
Derek
hey, you're hot, and we got chemistry.
Well, I mean, that is the first thing you notice, someone's physical appearance.
Very true. Very true.
I just don't understand.
But again, years. There is no excuse for this.
What else did you want him to say?
Good enough to be my son-in-law. But then Rothbard attacks by turning into a giant bat thingy, and he kidnaps Odette, killing William in the process. Word of this reaches Derek, who rushes out to help.
Oh, King William. Derek. Who did this? It came so quickly.
Ooh, keep it to yourself.
Okay, I didn't ask if it was fast or not.
A great animal.
A great animal. Was it a bear? A gorilla? An elephant?
It's not
A heffalump.
what it seems. It's not what it seems.
Alright, in what way is it not what it seems? Is it a guy in a costume? Is it an elaborate puppet? A robot in disguise?
Odette.
Oh, it's Odette.
Gone.
Yes, I know that she's gone.
He
Where
was
is she?
dying.
All that
Cut him some slack.
Never!
Rothbard attacked us. I don't think you're gonna find too many Rothbards to investigate. Anyway.
Did he know it was Rothbard?
I think he saw him, yeah.
Okay.
He apparently
I don't know,
found his
but
way
maybe.
to make beautiful instead of ugly like he would in the 4th movie. And he turns Odette into a swan off screen.
Seems like something you'd want to show the audience, right?
He's right, you know. Bridget knows a thing or two about what gives big naughty pleasure.
Oh, dear.
God.
The movie, giving us little to ponder over what the nature of her relationship with Rothbard really is.
Yeah, somehow they decided to keep her on throughout the entire series. Why?
Then she'll turn into a swan when the moonlight is gone. This somehow traps her on the lake, even though there's no mention of whether or not she'll turn into a swan if she leaves. And even if she does turn back into a swan if she leaves, what's stopping her from finding Derek and leading him back to the lake where she'll be human again? But yeah, she's apparently stuck here until she agrees to marry him.
So many ways she could get around this.
We jump back to Derek.
Who knew consent was so important to Rothbard?
He may be a villain, but he's not a monster.
That's right.
Ignoring Williams' warning of, it's not what it seems, and is instead focusing on how she was taken by a great animal. What kind of great animal would take someone and not immediately eat them? I think time may be an issue here, Derek.
No! We don't have time for these shenanigans. The princess has been kidnapped.
I call bullshit. Go ahead and make him out to be a badass and all, but that is impossible.
And yes, many people were keen to point out that, hey, you actually can catch arrows in midair. Yeah, you can, and that's awesome, but not like that. Not from the back and...
Maybe you should try doing that. We jump back to the
You need to play more D&D. Monks are awesome.
Are they?
Jean Bob, the latter of whom is voiced by John Cleese.
Go ahead and laugh.
Not only can they catch him, but a higher level monk can throw it and have it do damage.
Just throw it. Wow.
Why do you think I have this outrageous accent, you silly king? What are you doing in England? Mind your own business.
Is this a Monty Python thing?
That is a Monty Python thing. Of course it's a Monty Python thing. It's John freaking Cleese.
And of course Odette can't just kiss Jean Bob and put an end to his delusions because reasons.
I can only kiss the man.
Because he's a frog. They're gross. Oh.
Make a vow of everlasting love. I know.
And prove it to the world.
Okay, ignoring how that doesn't make any sense, since she's still a princess, isn't she? How exactly is Derek supposed to declare his love to the world? I don't think Twitter's a thing yet.
No, not declare it. Prove it.
How she and Derek belong together.
I think she said declare it.
I'm noticing that she doesn't have
Yeah,
Yes,
she should prove it.
Prove, declare, whatever. How do you do anything in this day and age?
Because he's hot too.
So what's wrong for him to admire her for nothing but her beauty, but it's okay for her to be all gaga over him for exactly the same thing? I just love double standards.
Yep. It's not creepy because it's a girl.
Of course.
I'll hold you in my heart. It's
Not Beauty and the Beast.
Wow. Him not being there is almost like him being there. That's how little impact you have on each other's lives.
Far longer than forever.
We'll always have the
Beauty and the
sequel.
Beast.
So many sequels. Then Odette and her friends...
I think what they were trying to say is that their relationship is so strong that it doesn't matter how far apart they are, you know, kind of like what we have, but that's not what they said.
Wait a minute. Is Odette walking on water? Is she Jesus? Lady, you're the second coming of Christ! I think that should trump anything that Rothbard could throw at you.
Maybe.
Back in Derek's castle.
Give it a try.
His mother is preparing a ball to help Derek find a new bride.
The power of Odette compels you.
So it's not even about combining these two kingdoms anymore. It's just about making sure he gets married off. A princess in a storm, I guess.
Really?
Derek doesn't have time for that, as he thinks
I
he might
forgot
have
about
figured out what
that.
was meant by the
Oh
great
well,
animal
she's
isn't
dead.
what it
We might as well
seems.
find you another one.
They're coming, Derek.
And apparently there are lots of princesses on standby.
To find the great animal.
Oh, wonderful. Just make sure you're here tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night?
I didn't mention this in the review, but the queen here is played by Sandy Duncan,
Turn it into one of your beauty pageants.
and they wasted her.
Must you cater to the one and only thing I care about? Derek theorizes that a great animal who isn't what it seems must be a shapeshifter. So what does he do with that theory? He wanders aimlessly through the woods, hunting down anything he can find. And even Odette herself is safe from this stupid theory.
Genius.
Wait, no, dumbass.
Good thing Derek's hot.
Off and quickly get away by flying
Not very
over the
smart.
sun and... Wait a minute. How did Derek get over there so fast? Damn, he's faster than he looks. He's not what he seems. Die, great animal!
Ugh. I hate that so much.
Are you impressed yet?
No.
Not Beauty or the Beast. My god. Now the great animal has taken the form of Odette. Do not mock me, monster! Rothbard horns
That'd be
in
a
on their
twist,
blind,
right?
passionate love, and Odette tells Derek that the only way to break the curse is to declare his love for her to the world.
The ball. Tomorrow night, come to the castle. Before the whole world, I will make a vow of everlasting...
And she's off the water.
Odette!
Yes, she is.
Rothbard overhears everything, but he isn't worried.
Come to the ball. I will make a vow of everlasting.
Looks like a Jim Henson creation.
I will marry Prince Derek, and you cannot stop me.
Hurdy-furdy.
But you won't be able to attend the big ball tomorrow night. You've forgotten one very important thing tomorrow night.
Impotent?
It's important.
No moon.
Oh.
Right. And since it was always kinda sorta implied that she can only be herself while at the lake, if she went to the ball, she would have to be a swan anyway.
Yep.
What's your point?
No matter what they do, I'm always one step ahead. On the other hand, Prince Derek's vow could ruin everything.
Then you can't exactly say you're one step ahead now, can you? He comes up with a new plan.
Villains are
Just
stupid.
get Bridget here and have her pose as Odette.
When he makes his vow to the wrong girl,
You know, Rothbard can change into anything he wants. Why doesn't he turn into Odette?
And to take over her kingdom by marrying her will really go into motion. Wait, what? Oh,
He's just trying to give Bridget something to do so she'll leave him alone.
Oh yes, that's actually a brilliant idea. Please, leave him alone. Ugh.
I can't wait to watch their poor hearts breaking.
Is that actually him singing?
No, that's not him.
Who's singing for him?
I don't know who it is, but it's not Jack Palance.
Okay.
I intend to eat their
But
lunches.
he's consciously trying to make himself sound like Jack Palance singing.
You could just
Yeah.
magic up three
Yeah,
women
gotta give him
who are
that.
Also mentally in sync with you, and make for perfect backup singers. Why would anyone want the kind of power that he wants when they could just create women who are all too eager to do your bidding? You don't need a kingdom to do that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was creepy.
It is creepy,
That was
but
a creepy. No, that was a creepy statement for you to make. Why would you need more power when you could just make women to do your bidding?
when anyone
Ew.
craves any kind of power, that's what they really want.
We're gonna have to talk later.
Okay, so you're on some kind of a swan kick for this ball of yours.
I can't believe I let that go past.
Horrified by them serving pate. For the less culinarily inclined in my audience, that's goose liver.
Oh no.
must be played rubato, soft and graceful, like a swan.
A swan?
You ever seen a swan, Rogers?
Of course I've seen a swan.
If you could play a swan, what would it sound like?
I don't know, like a hand puppet. And he's looking for music for a swan? This scene is begging for Rogers here to indulge us with Tchaikovsky's ballet from Swan Lake. Why doesn't he do that? So the ball begins.
Wasn't in the budget.
And the visiting princesses are eager to strut their stuff.
Funny story.
This
No, sorry.
Germanic night princess who looks like some kind of medieval cyborg.
I want her movie.
I want to see her movie. No, seriously. Nobody outfits their face with pieces of armor for beautification purposes. Those have to be there because she got horribly mangled in battle at some point. I want to see her leading.
She even has armored eyelids.
It's gotta be a lot more entertaining than this.
She has seen some crap.
And why are only 4 princesses attending this ball? What was up with those 2 bags of RSVPs from earlier? Oh well, who cares?
I commented earlier about the use of the Tchaikovsky ballet, Swan Lake. When Disney was originally doing Sleeping Beauty, they didn't plan on doing the Sleeping Beauty waltz.
I have found my bride.
But somehow that just worked its way into the story, and they said, yeah, okay, let's do more Tchaikovsky in there. Should have been the same thing here.
No! He declared his love for Odette, which means that the curse is lifted. Why is this a bad thing? Yeah, it's not like Bridget did anything.
Wrong Odette.
Not love Odette anymore, so
how many Odettes are there? We don't know. He doesn't know.
Shouldn't that be enough?
The magic knows.
Of course the magic knows.
Derek that his little not mistake is somehow causing Odette to kinda sorta die, and Derek follows her back to the lake.
She has a yellow stripe in her head because blonde hair.
Yes. Exactly.
What have I done to you? I made the vow for her. Do you hear?
I made my nose all scratchy!
No need to shout.
Don't let her die.
Is that a threat?
This is supposed to be
a request. Rothbard turns into the
Didn't
great
sound very
again.
threatening.
Imagine that. The giant
He didn't say you better not let her die.
Right.
Don't let her die!
Please! I'm threatening you!
It's over just as quickly as it begins. Wow. This final battle scene with Rothbard
Lips,
was
Evie,
so
lips.
inconsequential that you could literally edit it completely out of the movie and you wouldn't even notice. No, really, check it out.
I love my editing powers.
Odette? Forgive me.
Seamless.
I only wanted to break the spell.
Removing the villain completely from the movie should not be this easy.
True.
Your kindness and courage.
Kindness and courage? When did she have a chance to show you those? It's good that you're looking for something more to compliment than just her beauty, but she literally showed you nothing more of herself.
Nope.
But whatever, this is enough to bring her back to life, because true love and stuff.
Well, there you have it. Everlasting love.
Thank you, Puffin, who is now acting as the narrator seconds before the movie ends.
Where'd that come from?
There you have it.
That's right, it should have been Jean Bob.
Maybe something
There that wasn't there before.
So the movie ends with Derek
Like the
and
narrator.
Odette, maybe getting married. I say maybe because it's weird that either of them become king or queen. Odette kisses Jean Bob, who does not turn into a prince. Except he thinks he does when he sees another prince in his reflection he shouldn't recognize.
Who is that
They
guy?
lived happily ever until the first of too many sequels came.
Ugh.
So that was The Swan Princess, and this isn't my idea of fun. It plays itself up to be the end-all of love stories, but it's just bland and forgettable. The story is cookie-cutter.
That's one of the best things I could say about these movies.
That blatantly rip off Disney. The villain's plans don't make a lick of sense, and again, what was the point in making a movie based on a ballet by Tchaikovsky if you aren't going to use any of the ballet by Tchaikovsky? If you're really that embarrassed by the source material, maybe you shouldn't make this into a movie, DC Comics. I mean, Nestle Entertainment.
Back when the Snyderverse was new.
This too got a whole bunch of sequels, in spite of its poor box office receipts and lukewarm critical reception. So, be sure to tune in next time, when Swan Princess Month continues. See you later.
See you later. And just because it kind of sounds like Beauty and the Beast, why not have this in there?
This is definitely going to make it so that you cannot monetize this commentary either.
Oh no, that was all the Disney stuff that I already threw in there too, so whatever. But yes, thank you for joining us for this commentary. And be sure to tune in for the next one, which is going to be Swan Princess 5 and 6. So,
Double feature.
Double feature. Later.
Bye.